Welcome to the Amazon QuickSight Learning Series. I hope your day is off to a great start. My name is Jill Florent, and I'm the head of customer success at Amazon QuickSight. And today we're going to be focusing in on best practices and options for embedding QuickSight into applications. Our session is going to be led by Salim Khan and Asim Akhtar, who are both QuickSight Specialist Solutions Architects, taking us through the content. For today, just a couple of quick introductory points. You're in the right place if you would like to learn how to seamlessly integrate interactive dashboards and analytics into your applications. You're going to learn about the different embedding options that we offer, along with best practices to help support your business. Couple of quick things. We are going to be respecting your live attendance today by trying our very best to provide answers to your questions. The place that we're going to do that is the recently relaunched QuickSight community. And we hope that you're going to find this is a great companion to QuickSight to connect with people, practices, resources. You can take a quick picture of this embed code here to get to the community. It will require for you to post that you have an account. So today what we're doing is we're going to be having the category be a tag for QLS embed. So QuickSight Learning Series embed will be the way that you can post a question that relates to today's content. The community allows you to actually do a quick search. So if I had a question about donut charts, I might want to do a quick search up here, and you'll see that there's already a bunch of questions answered on different topics. For today, if you are posting a new question, just add the tag QLS-embed, and it's that easy. The other thing I would point out as we're getting started is that we will be recording the session today, and that will be posted to our YouTube channel by the end of the week, probably even sooner. So with that, I would love to go ahead and turn it over to our first presenter, Salim Khan. Give me just a moment. Go ahead.
Awesome. Thank you, Jill. Hello, everyone. Very happy Tuesday. I'm Salim Khan, QuickSight Specialist Solutions Architect at AWS. I have my colleague Asim Akhtar, who will be presenting with me today. We also have Deepak Singh, who will be moderating the webinar. So please put your questions, as you pointed out, into the community, and we will address those towards the end of the webinar and a couple of hours even after the webinar too. So today we will learn about the different embedding options that QuickSight offers, along with the best practices to fit your business needs. So a quick reminder, like how Jill said, if you have not signed up for the QuickSight community, please do so using the link below. In the QuickSight community, you can ask and answer questions. We have a learning center, which has workshops and how-to videos. It's a place where you can find the latest updates and announcements related to QuickSight, and you can also register for the upcoming events, right? So please go ahead and sign up, and it'll be helpful. Okay, moving forward. For today's agenda, we will be providing a quick overview of QuickSight embedding, the different types of embedding currently supported by QuickSight, and the key differentiators. That is the one-click embedding and the API-based embedding. We will then dive into the different customers that are using QuickSight embedding to empower the end users, and then finally wrap up with some references that you can use in your QuickSight embedding journey. Okay, so QuickSight is a cloud-native serverless business intelligence service that allows developers from enterprise and independent software vendors to incorporate powerful BI capabilities such as interactive visualizations and dashboards and machine learning-powered natural query language using Amazon QuickSight Q into the applications and web portals, delivering insights to end users where they are, right? So how do we seamlessly embed analytics? So QuickSight lets you quickly embed interactive dashboards and visualizations into your applications without the need to building your own analytic capabilities. QuickSight themes allows you to personalize the visualization, example, change colors and fonts, and then ensure that QuickSight blends in seamlessly within your application's look and feel. Okay. QuickSight empowers your users to gain deeper insights within the data. It also provides embedded authoring capability, allowing your users to do ad hoc analysis and easily author, publish, and then share their own dashboards and reports. As you already know, so QuickSight has a serverless architecture that automatically scales from tens to thousands of users, eliminating the need to set up, configure, or to manage servers, right? QuickSight is a fully managed service, so you never have to worry about manually upgrading to newer versions. We use pay only for what you use model. So QuickSight's pay per session pricing model means that you only pay when your embedded dashboards are being accessed by the end users. Okay. And finally, QuickSight's rich API and SDKs lets you easily integrate QuickSight dashboards, set defaults, connect controls, pass parameters, and even handle errors to match your app's user experience. So that's a quick overview what QuickSight Embedding does. Okay, moving on. Okay, so how does QuickSight Embedding help you to accelerate your business growth and to reduce technical complexity, right? So for ISVs, you can improve customer engagement and retention with innovative product solutions, offer end users compelling data-driven experiences to differentiate your application. You can also create new monetization opportunities by providing customers with actionable data insights. As for your internal enterprise applications, you can utilize QuickSight, QuickSight's built-in customization rather than building your own. Quickly embed interactive dashboards and visualizations to enhance end-user experience. Also blend analytics seamlessly into your applications with the embedded themes. And lastly, the quality of insights and how these are delivered in your application also let you differentiate your application over others in the market. Okay. So currently we have two broad categories of embedding types that we support within QuickSight. So QuickSight Enterprise Edition now supports one-click embedding, a feature that allows you to embed your dashboards without any coding or development needed, right? And we will dive deeper into the subcategories of one-click. With the API-based embedding, you can use the rich QuickSight JavaScript SDK and APIs to easily integrate QuickSight dashboards in your application pages, set defaults, connect controls, and let us pass parameters, right, and change the themes within your embedded application. And we will dive deeper into these categories in the upcoming slides. Okay. So moving on to our first type of embedding, right? That is the one-click enterprise embedding. So when you share a dashboard with registered users in your account, you can copy and embed code and paste it into your internal application's HTML, like how it is shown in the screenshot. Okay. When users and groups who are in your QuickSight account, who have access to the dashboards, access to internal application, they'll be prompted to sign in into QuickSight account with the credentials. After they are authenticated, they can access the dashboard on the internal page. If you have single sign-on enabled, the users won't be prompted for a sign-in, and they will be directly taken in, and you should be able to see this insight on the embedded portal itself. You can share dashboard with registered users in this account for this type of embedding, for enterprise embedding. It is best suited for internal apps and Google sites and like Microsoft SharePoint portal. Okay, and the key requirements is basically you have to grant access to the dashboard to your users groups or to everyone, and then put the domain where you want to embed the dashboard in your allow list. Moving on to one-click public embedding. Okay, so QuickSight Enterprise Edition now supports one-click public embedding, right? A feature that allows you to embed your dashboard into public applications and wikis and portals without any coding or development needed. So anyone on the internet can start accessing these embedded dashboards with up-to-date information instantly. without any server deployments or infrastructure or licensing needed, right? One-click public embedding allows you to empower your end users with access to insights. Okay, it's best suited for Google sites, wikis, for public marketing websites, for government websites, and uses a session-based pricing model, right? And we can cover that in detail if you have more questions about the pricing model. The key requirements for these is you have to turn on public access for the dashboard, which actually requires admin access for QuickSight account. Once you have that, you can turn that on, and then put the domain where you want to embed the dashboard in your allowed list. Moving on, so I would like to, at this point, like to pass this on to my colleague Asim Akhtar to take it over. Asim, you can take it over now.
Hi, everyone. My name is Asim Akhtar, and thank you for that, Salim and Jill. So I'm going to take a few moments today to talk about the API-based embedding that QuickSight offers. And the difference between API-based embedding and what Salim just talked about with the one-click embedding is that API-based embedding requires the use of our APIs that QuickSight offers for embedding purposes, and it's highly flexible, and it does require server-side configuration. So whereas one-click is simple copy and paste of a URL into your web front end, API-based embedding is a little bit more involved. It requires the use of APIs that are built and configured on your server side as well as on the front-end web application. It's a lot more flexible, and especially when you use the QuickSight Embedding SDK, it basically allows you to create interactivity between your application and the embedded dashboard. So for instance, you could actually use the Embedding SDK to pass filter controls from your application that then get passed into the QuickSight dashboard. So it creates a much more seamless integration between your application and the embedded dashboard. So it creates a much more richer user experience. Okay, next slide, Celine. So we're talking about the two different types of API-based embedding. We have the registered user embedding and the anonymous embedding. And the key differences between the two are that for registered user embedding, for API-based embedding, is that user management in QuickSight is required. So it's basically for users that exist or are authenticated in QuickSight. And you have three different types of embeddings that you could do with the registered user embedding. You could embed the dashboard, an individual dashboard, or you could embed in the entire QuickSight console for your authors. Thirdly, you have the option to embed the Q search bar. And in the next few slides, I'll be talking in a little bit more detail about these three different options, so we can learn a little bit more about what these options offer. For anonymous embedding, user management in QuickSight is not required. Okay, so that's really what the term anonymous means, that it's basically meant for public websites where you're not tracking who the users are, but you do want to provide information to your end users in that respect on a public website. And at this point, we are able to embed dashboards into public websites for anonymous embedding. And the next couple of slides, I will be talking a little bit more detail about this option as well. Okay, next slide. So the first option for the registered user embedding is embedding the dashboard. This is basically where you have a dashboard that you want to include into your application, and you can seamlessly integrate it using our rich set of APIs. What this does require is that user management in QuickSight for your distinct end users. Your users need to have been created because they will be authenticated in QuickSight to ensure that just the required set of users have visibility into your dashboard. Registered user embedding does support row-level security as well as column-level security. So you can ensure that the end users are only seeing the data that they're supposed to see. And as far as the pricing models for registered user embedding, we support user-based or session capacity pricing. And we can offer more information on the different pricing options as well. So just next slide. The second option for registered user embedding is the console embedding. And basically, the console embedding provides your authors with the full development experience from within your application. So rather than embed an individual dashboard, you have the option to embed the entire QuickSight console into your application. So it's a one-stop shop. When users, your authors log into your application, they have the entire QuickSight development experience readily available from within their application. And there's more to it than that. You can actually monetize this type of embedding where, for instance, ISVs can provide author licenses to their customers as a premium feature, and then you're able to monetize on that as well to increase your revenue. What this type of embedding does require is users be authenticated and provisioned within QuickSight, so it is for registered users, and console embedding is primarily for admins and the authors. It's not for readers. For this type of embedding, you do require user-based author pricing, and because the idea here being that ISVs can provide licenses to their customers, using namespaces and multi-tenancy, this can be scaled to hundreds and thousands of users with thousands and hundreds and thousands of end users. So it's fully scalable and serverless and creates a great authoring experience from within your application. Next slide. And the third option for registered user embedding is the actual implementation of the Q search bar. And if you know what the Q search bar is, it's basically our natural language processing engine that allows you to ask questions about your data. So you can type in a Google-like search using plain English to say what were my sales last quarter, or which teams performed the best year over year. And type in that question and a visual will appear showing you the results of your search. And you can actually embed this type of capability within your application. And there's no real customization required to do so. And you can get your end users answers within seconds. And all of the questions are enabled in the form. You get your answers in the form of a visual, and it creates a very seamless integration with the user experience that they would have had they been logging into the QuickSight console. And this does support row-level security as well. And the users who are logging in to access this functionality are authenticated users because they are registered users. So security is in place to support this feature. So this is yet another powerful capability that the APIs provide for implementing into your application. Next slide. And then jumping over to the anonymous embedding, we just talked about the 3 different versions of the registered user embedding, and now we have the option for anonymous embedding. And if you recall, anonymous embedding basically implies that users are not provisioned in QuickSight. This is for instances where you want to publish your visualization or your dashboard into your applications or public-facing portals or websites without the need to manage any of the users in QuickSight. It basically does support row-level security using tags, so you can still implement security for the type of data that is presented to, depending on where the users are coming in from. Even though they're not registered users, you can control who sees what as far as the dashboard security is concerned. And I just want to recap that user management is not required in QuickSight for this particular type of embedding. The one caveat is for this type of embedding, the pricing model needs to be session capacity pricing and not user-based pricing. Okay, and we have this the pricing information readily available on our website that you can access. Next slide. And just to recap, here we talked about all the different types of embedding, including the one-click. This just gives you a very high-level overview of the different types of embedding and what the use cases might be, so you can make better informed decisions about what makes sense to implement in your organization as far as your embedding needs. So API-based embedding does support anonymous and registered users, and the one-click is only for registered users at this time. Okay, actually one-click does support anonymous as well. So you could actually implement it for public websites as well as for internal applications. Okay, next slide. So we'll talk a little bit about some customer examples just to showcase how our existing customers have actually implemented embedding in their use cases. So could you move on to the next slide, please? Okay, the first slide here shows you an example of embedding for an ISV based in the Netherlands. And as you can notice here, their website and the themes used for the actual dashboards are built such that it creates a cohesive look and feel, such that the dashboard doesn't look like it's coming in from an external application. They've matched the look and feel so it looks as part of their application. And you can make this, you can apply themes to control how your dashboard looks to the end users. Next slide. Here's an example of another ISV that sells data to mobile, sells data on mobile advertisements, and customers can actually purchase monthly subscription, and they get access to about 25 different types of dashboards that they've actually implemented or embedded within their application. So there's another way to monetize on the embedding features. It's basically sell subscriptions to data from your website. And next slide. And lastly, here's an example of the NFL using QuickSight dashboards. Who doesn't love the NFL, right? So what you see over here is within the NFL's own website, they have all the stats for all the players and the teams. And then when you watch a game on screen, basically the analysts and the broadcasters are using stats from these dashboards when they announce the games on TV. So this is a prime example of how dashboards have been implemented and embedded within the applications in real world scenarios. Okay, so next slide, Celine, please. Just wanted to wrap up here by posting some links on the different references for the different types of documentation and information on embedding. Make sure you take a screenshot of this or a picture to know what the different links are, and we might be able to post these separately within the community website as well, so you can get some more information and documentation on the different pricing models as well as the different options for embedding. Okay, well, I know we are running short of time here. We want to take some questions, but this was really the end of our session as far as the different embedding options. So I want to thank you for your participation. We'll leave it open to some questions and answers that I'm not sure if we'll be able to address here, but we want to make sure that you're able to at least access the community website and post questions there. So I thank you for your time. Jill, are we able to take questions real time as well?
Yeah, let's see. I'm just double checking the tags in the community to see if we have anything that is coming in live. The only thing that we do have, I suspect that there's a link that we might want to share. There was a question that had to do with migrating accounts from one account to another. I don't know if that's more of an API question or embedding, but would encourage people to join the QuickSight community. And if you do have some questions that you'd like our team here to answer live while we're scheduled together, we'd love to get those questions. Just go to community.amazonquicksite.com. And in order to post, you do have to create an account just with an Amazon.com ID. And we'd love to take those questions. We're going to give it just another couple of moments here. Let me see again. I'll search and see if anybody has posted.
Jill,
yeah.
Jill, sorry, this is Deepak. Just looks like there's a question that just came in. Asim, Salim, either of you can take it. Question is, do you have an example of filtering outside of the dashboard as you described at the start? So which I'm assuming the question is, can you have controls as part of your SaaS application or web portal that you can then use to control the filters on the dashboard and slice and dice information that way?
Yes, absolutely. And I can help answer that. Using our SDK, you can certainly pass parameter values. And when I say parameter values, you set up your QuickSight dashboard such that it can accept certain variables or parameters, as we call them. So when you are in your application with the embedded dashboard, your embedded instance can get access to a certain value that your application is passing or storing, and that can be passed on to the embedded QuickSight. So if you have a filter on your application that says, let me select the regions. So you have a region filter. That region will correspond to a parameter that we're defining in QuickSight, such that then that QuickSight embedded dashboard can then basically grab that region value and apply it in an internal filter on the dashboard. So the two do talk to each other, and we have some documentation to support that as well on our developer site to show you how that can be done as well. So Deepak, maybe we want to post a link to the developer site in the chat. Are you able to do that? Where we have the different options for the embedding types?
Yes, I can post that link out there on the chat.
And then we'll be sure, if you can post this question on the community website, we'll be certainly answer it there as well with the appropriate links. That way a larger community can get access to this question and answer.
Yeah, great. And I just did want to call out that from the community, you can also reach two really valuable links. I did share the developer portal and posted that link directly into the chat window. Again, from the community, you can access all kinds of wonderful resources. Let me share my screen so that you can just see for a moment what we're talking about here. One second. So when you are in the QuickSight community, there are some resources at the top. We were just talking about the developer portal, which is a lovely place for you to experience how you can display dashboards to anyone or personalize them or even embed dashboard authoring. When you go on those links, you'll actually see what it looks like, have the exact sort of how-to embed it, and even some pointers on how to customize it further. So a great link, again, directly from within the community. The other thing that is constantly changing, and it's a wonderful example of embedding, we have a place called Demo Central. And literally our experts like Salim and Awesome here, our solutions architect team is constantly updating this. It is an example of embedding QuickSight, and it runs on a session-based model. So you'll actually see there are several examples of interactive dashboards of all different kinds here that are embedded. So you can see examples of how different use cases might look on QuickSight, some things that you might even not have thought were possible in terms of being able to use QuickSight with different kinds of overlays and images and maps. And when you're in this example, you can actually use QuickSight as a reader like I'm doing now, but if you go over to the far left side of any of these links, you'll actually see that there's a panel that pops up, and there's a little authoring tool as well, so that you can interact with these as either a reader or an author. But with that, I do want to thank our presenters and you for your time. We really appreciate your joining us today. We hope that you found this to be exceptionally valuable in terms of what is possible with QuickSight and embedding QuickSight. As a reminder, we are committed to trying to get answers to any of your questions that came up today. If you do have a new question that is on this topic, please add the tag QLS-embed, and we'll be looking for those questions to answer. And when you come into the community and do a search for questions and answers, anything that was a question from anyone who attended this webinar would come up under that tag. So with that, I would simply say, again, thank you very much for your time. And if you do have any feedback, we'd love to make sure that we're getting better all the time. And so here's a link that you're welcome to post your responses to how valuable this was for you today. And thank you very much again for your time. And there are more events coming up. In fact, we have another webinar on the topic of QuickSight Q in just about an hour and a half. So we are doing these short learning sessions throughout the weeks ahead, and there is a link to that as well in the community. Thank you again, and have a great day.